This is the last show of the season, and we look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. So in the meantime, make sure to subscribe so you know when we're back. Let's get to the monologue, shall we? Now, I like when football star Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee, and then Fox News and Republicans were like, shut up and play the game. And now football star Herschel Walker is actually running for the Georgia Senate, and Fox News and Republicans are all of a sudden like, tell us more, Mr. Walker. Do go on, Herschel. And you know what? Yes, please, more, because I can't get enough of the story. A woman who said Herschel Walker paid for her abortion in 2009 is also the mother of one of his children, contradicting his claims that he didn't know who she was. Now, while Walker's statement seems like a pretty obvious lie, he still has a lot of backers. Fathers actually forget that their children exist all the time, said Tiffany Trump. You never hear about her. But let's be frank here. Herschel most likely didn't pay for this particular abortion. He probably got some sort of buy one, get one free deal from being a frequent customer. Like, let me just punch this silent Holocaust card for you there, Mr. Walker. Remember, your 10th one is always free. 10th what? 10th abortion. That's just terrible. Anyway, Mr. Russian President Vladimir Putin turned 70 years old, and Belarus dictator Alexander Lukashenko gave Putin a voucher for a tractor. It's quite the birthday gift. In future news, Vladimir Putin is expected to give Belarus dictator Alexander Lukashenko a tractor for Christmas. This is like the ultimate regift because he took the voucher and actually turned it in, did the work for him. In technology news, SpaceX has delivered a fresh crew to the International Space Station for NASA, including the first Native American woman to orbit the Earth. Now, the astronaut is already breaking several records, as she will also be the first Native American woman to have her job mansplained to her in several different languages. In space, no less. In a related story, the space station is looking forward to opening its first casino. Okay, King Charles III will be crowned at Westminster Abbey on May 6th, where Charles' siblings will have to kiss his hand the moment he becomes king, making Charles' hand the oldest thing Prince Andrew will have ever touched. Yeah, that guy's got a reputation. In celebrity news, actress Angela Lansbury, star of Murder, She Wrote, died of natural causes this week. Or did she? Police are looking to a mystery writer and an amateur detective to help investigate her death. That's their show, right? Sounds like a two-part episode to me. And finally, now that Hurricane Ian has moved on, engineers are coming up with ways to build back smarter. And they believe they have figured it out with just one simple step. Move out of Florida. And that's the monologue. Stick around for the stand-in. Welcome back to a new show. I'm Chris Mata, and I'm a big fan of yours. On October 12th, Alex Jones lost a lawsuit over the Sandy Hook shootings and will have to pay a total of $965 million to the victims. Now, how did Alex Jones even get to that point? We'll cover that in this week's The Stand-In. Now, not only did Alex Jones lose the Sandy Hook lawsuit on October 12th and have to pay $965 million to the victims, but in August, a Texas jury ordered Jones to pay the parents of another slain child $50 million. He now owes over $1 billion. Also, in August, his attorneys gave text messages to the opposing counsel that accidentally included a text message between Alex Jones and Roger Stone, in which Jones sent Stone a nude photo of his wife, Erica Wolf Jones. She's wife number 2. It's Jones' second marriage. Now, the photos were sent without her consent. Any woman might be mad to find out that her husband was sending nude photos to someone else. But then to be sending it to this guy? And then for it to become public news because your husband's lawyers mistakenly distributed it? Why is she still with him? Because she's a true ride or die, that's why. Those are hard to come by. It's like finding a unicorn. Now, our legal department wants to make it very clear that the actual nude photo of Erica has not been leaked to the press. And that is something our writers worked very, very hard to verify had not happened. And it did not. So don't even think about using Google on incognito mode. All you'll find is nude photos of Roger Stone. And we looked hard. not hard, but we looked diligently. Anyway, both lawsuits are built upon the fact that Alex Jones continued to promote the idea that the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting that killed 26 people, including 20 kids that were between 6 and 7 years old, were not real. Just a false flag. And all the parents and survivors were crisis actors. That's what he was saying on his show. Now, way back in his first divorce proceedings, his own attorney defended Alex Jones by saying he's portraying a character and that he's a performance artist. So after that, Jones went on his own show to deny his lawyer's claims and said he was the real McCoy. And then he went back to court and said that what his attorney said was generally true. Here he is being his true self, playing a character in a Richard Linklater film, Through a Scanner Darkly.
Where did Substance D come from? Why can't we stop it? The bigger this war gets, the more freedoms we lose, the more Substance D is on our streets. Can't you figure this out?
Jones built his own network of live stream shows, InfoWars, by railing against false conspiracies he believes in, and his rants have led people to send terrible threats to the Sandy Hook survivors, forcing many to move numerous times, and have led to the desecration of their graves, the victims' graves. And for this, he has been treated as a hero by Donald Trump, who has gone on his show to promote his campaign. Here he is January 6th, giving a performance which helped kill several people in real life. And since he likes to draw connections, let's draw some of our own, shall we? Jones was a teenager when he read the book that changed his life, None Dare Call It Conspiracy, by Gary Allen, about the New World Order. Gary Allen was an author with the John Birch Society. The John Birch Society was and is a far-right group founded in the 1950s by several people, including Fred Koch, the father of the Koch brothers. Fred Koch invested in Great Northern Oil, which had been founded by J. Howard Marshall. And Fred Koch gained ownership of Great Northern Oil by giving J. Howard Marshall shares in Koch Industries. J. Howard Marshall's third wife was Anna Nicole Smith, who he married when he was 89, and she was 26, or too old for Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay. Anna Nicole Smith spent time with Donald Trump, probably because she reminded him of his daughter, but that's just pure speculation on my part. Anna Nicole Smith had a daughter by her boyfriend, Howard K. Stern, but in fact the daughter was actually by Larry Birkhead, because while Donald Trump was spending time on Howard Stern, Anna Nicole Smith was staying off Howard K. Stern. Now, what does this all mean? Nothing. It's just performance art. The real magic is behind the curtain, and the real conspiracy is that a few billionaires, like Fred's sons, David and Charles, actually help control the media by pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into shaping opinions and passing laws. And instead, I'm talking about Anna Nicole Smith and the lawsuit loser Alex Jones. See how that? It's performance. When asked about the Koch brothers, which is now down to just one bro, Charles, Alex Jones said they weren't very political. Now that might be the most insane thing he's ever said, because Alex Jones promotes so many conspiracy theories, including that the moon landing was fake, and that when Sesame Street introduced an autistic character, it was doing it to normalize autism because autism was a side effect of vaccines, which he's also against. It was only a matter of time before he would be thrown into other people's conspiracies. The most bizarre conspiracy that he's been thrown into is that he is actually comedian Bill Hicks. Now, Bill Hicks and Alex Jones were both raised in Texas. And by the time Alex Jones, who was 12 years younger, started to make a name for himself, Bill Hicks had conveniently died from pancreatic cancer in 1994. Now, if you want irrefutable proof that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, you just have to track down a copy of the documentary, which is conveniently named Irrefutable Proof That Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. The idea that Bill Hicks became Alex Jones is the worst thing ever to happen to Bill Hicks. And that includes the cancer. Oh man, rest in peace, Bill. This is what Bill Hicks looked like in the 1990s, and this is what Jones looks like today. Bill Hicks looks better than Alex Jones objectively, I'm just today. So skip over InfoWars and skip over that Alex Jones Bill Hicks documentary and check out Kochland. This has been The Stand-In. We'll be right back. Welcome back, I'm Chris Mata, and Ripple is a company, not a cryptocurrency. Well, the January 6th committee has unanimously voted to subpoena Donald Trump. Christina Bobb, a former Marine who later became a lawyer, went out on a limb for Trump, and now she's under investigation. Ha ha. That's terrible. Herschel Walker debated Raphael Warnock on Friday for a U.S. Senate seat in Georgia. Warnock pressed Walker on prescription drug prices, and here's how Walker responded.
He said he would not have voted for the Inflation Reduction Act, and I think he should tell the people of Georgia why he thinks they should have expensive insulin and why the pharmaceutical companies should be able to charge us whatever they like.
Well, first of all, may I respond? I believe in reducing insulin, but at the same time, you got to eat right.
You hear that, overweight, obese, diabetic America? Put that chicken nugget and soda away because it's your diet. Ha ha. Again.
Because he may not know, and I know many people that's on insulin, and unless you have eating right, insulin is doing you no good.
I want to see Walker do a sermon at a church. You gonna be sick unless you have God on your side. Unless you have eating right on the other side. You gonna die of beaties. Can I get an amen and a carrot juice?
So you have to get food prices down, and you got to get gas down so they can go get insulin. And you continue to pat yourself on the back, but right now, families are starving. Right now, families are hurting, and they're hurting because of the bills and the laws you're passing right now.
You preach it, Herschel, spitting that knowledge. Hershey, my man, spitting, squirting, Hershey squirting. Wait, what? How did I even get there? In other news, a new U.S. record was set Monday for the heaviest pumpkin for a giant gourd weighing 2,560 pounds. That's bonkers. I didn't know he weighed that little, actually. Congratulations, Mr. Trumpkin. And finally, contest organizers in Alaska have named the winner of the Fat Bear Week contest despite a ballot stuffing attempt. The fake ballots were easy to spot. They all read Biden in bold red letters. But seriously, I don't want to fat shame the fat bear. We got to be body positive here. The bear says he's walking at least 20 miles a day.
But at the same time, you got to eat right.
And that does it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Until next time, I'm Chris Mata. See ya.